Welcome everybody to our Baptcare webinar. My name is Melissa McPherson. A little bit about me. I've been with Baptcare for over 3 years. I help people through the process of accessing services, and I'm also the entry point for Baptcare. Today we'll discuss how to access a home care package and how to choose a provider and getting the most from your package. Today I'll also have a team who will be answering all your questions as we go. We've got Misha, who's worked for Baptcare for the past 5 years, has been supporting customers through their aged care journey, and over this time she's gained a wealth of knowledge of the process and understanding of customer needs. We've got Jake, who has been at Baptcare for nearly 10 years, and he spent the last 20 years in aged care, and in the early years he's worked part of aged care assessment services. He's a registered nurse, Div 1 by trade, and his current role in Baptcare is the manager of home care packages for Barwon, Southwest, Hume and Loddon areas. We've also got Rebecca, who's worked in community aged care for over 15 years and with Baptcare for almost 7 years. She's the manager of home care packages for the Northern Metro and Western regions. So during the presentation, please ask all your questions via the Q&A functions, and our experts will be there to answer. I'll also answer some of the questions at the end. Okay, so who is Baptcare? We are a not-for-profit organisation helping people for around 75 years. We've got over 3,300 staff members. We've got 16 residential aged care facilities scattered across Victoria and Tasmania. We've also got retirement living and, of course, in-home care services. Baptcare covers most regional areas of Victoria and of course the metro areas as well. And I always make a little joke and say we go everywhere except for Mount Bauble. Sorry, Mount Bauble. How do home care packages work? Well, you may already have a Commonwealth Home Support Program. Now I call this CHISP. This is the entry home help. This can offer up to an hour and a half of cleaning a fortnight, maybe some shopping assistance, can help with showering, planned activity groups and meals. The next step up from that is home care packages. This is allocated funding to use within your home. This is funded money that is used by a provider like Baptcare with services to keep you in your home, living longer, happier and healthier. This funded money is allocated daily to an account in the sky, and a provider like Baptcare will draw down on this as we perform services. So the first step to getting a home care package would be to contact a government call centre and call My Aged Care to initiate services. Then an aged care assessment service member will give you a call and they will complete the assessment in your home. Now during COVID-19 they've been doing them over the phone, but ideally it's best to conduct it in the home. Now please don't be afraid of the word assessment. It is to determine how much you'll need, how much help you'll need. And also I always say to people, please spell out your worst day and don't be afraid to state what your needs are and how and what you need with help in the home. This will help with the assessing for the correct funding. Now you'll be placed on the national queue. I know currently there's probably over 130,000 people waiting for a home care package currently. And depending on your level approved, there will be some wait time. A level 1 could be around 6 to 9 months. A level 2 could be up to 18 months. A level 3 could be up to 3 years even. But in the interim, a Commonwealth Home Support Program or CHISP will be there to help you. Now, depending on the urgency, they may prioritise it, medium, level, high priority or low. So the home care package assignment letter will arrive and then you'll have 56 days to find a provider. You may receive a get ready letter, which is around 3 months prior to inform you to start your research. Now, most providers will offer some sort of care management. Baptcare have 2 levels of care management. They've got the basic level, which is your Living Well partner, which offers a small amount of care management. And then we've got Living Well Guidance, which is unlimited care management. I always say the role of the care manager is one of the most important roles. I liken them to a bank manager, so to speak. They're there to help coordinate the funding. They're there to help you spend the money correctly, and they'll design a tailored plan to suit your individual needs. The care manager will make sure you do not overspend and will identify when your needs become greater, and they'll also advocate for you to get further funding. So the role is very important. Home care package levels. So like I said, they're released daily, but the yearly amounts, you've got a level 1, which is just short of 9,000, a level 2, which is 15, closer to 16,000, a level 3, around 34,000, and a level 4, which is 51,000. Now these change 1st of July every year and go up with CPI, all right? Now this funding can come with absolutely no out-of-pocket from a home care recipient. Home care packages are income tested. Also to let you know, residential aged care is asset tested, so it's slightly different. So realistically, if you are a full pensioner, there'll be absolutely no contribution. It does work in a sliding scale though, so if you earn under 27,000 as an individual or around 44,000 as a couple, there will be no contribution. But it does go in a sliding scale, like I say, so from there it goes up and depending, but there should be under that 27k or 44k, there should be no additional out of charges pocket. There is another fee called a basic daily fee. So need to remember those wording because most providers these days do not charge it, but there is some out there that still do. And the word is option, and it is an option for providers to charge around $10 or up to $10 a day. Now some providers might say, well, I'll give you a discount and charge $4 a day. And you may think this is good because it's not the full $10, but realistically, note that I said the word, it is an option for providers, and Baptcare do not charge it. Now, some of the services that you can get from a home care package, they'll include your basic cleaning, so dusting, cleaning, changing of bedding, hanging out washing, dusting, like I said. Also, personal care, showering, and don't be alarmed when I say showering. This could be, you might be prone to falls, so you might just need somebody in the home to help if there is something that does happen, to help assist with the needs. So showering might be just turning the taps on, laying out the towel, getting the temperature right, and then walking out of the room. And then if you do need somebody, they're there for you, all right? Another thing that you can get out of a home care package could be meal preparation. So you might have arthritis and you might struggle to peel your potatoes or your pumpkin. So our personal care workers can help with that preparation all the way through to completing a full Chinese meal if need be, all right? Also some home respite could be provided. So someone to come, have a bit of a chat, have a cup of coffee. Also meals delivered. Now we use several providers. One could be Tender Loving Cuisine, and that's a provided service that comes to the home. We can offer gardening, so a bit of light gardening, so it could be your lawns, edging, weeding, that sort of thing, clear paths, some light maintenance to the home, also some transport. So if need be, you need to get to medical appointments, our personal care workers can assist you getting to those medical appointments. You might need some allied health services like diversional therapy, occupational therapy, physio, podiatry, maybe some nursing, those sort of things. Also, our care managers can help connect you with maybe some local support groups or social groups that are in the area, planned activity groups, that sort of thing. Out of the package, you can also get things like medication prompting. Some non-PBS listed medications can come out of the funding as well, and also equipment, also some home modifications. Now, with the staff, So with Baptcare, our personal care workers must be a minimum of Cert 3. Now, we quality check all of our staff, so all of our 3,300 staff, from our care managers all the way through to the gardeners. They'll be quality checked, police checked, and make sure they've got all the qualifications in place. Now, the question that I get asked a lot is how to choose a provider. Now, this is some very good question to ask. I always start with, are the staff employed by the provider or do they outsource? If they're employed by the provider, the company has more control over the quality of staff. So it's key is quality staff. The next one I always say is, do they have any exit fees or entry fees or startup fees? Baptcare don't charge any of these fees, so it's a good point to ask. Are they a not-for-profit organisation? That's another good one that I like to say to people to ask. And of course, do they charge the basic daily fee? So I've gone through most of the topics here and I've noticed there's some questions that are coming through. So I'll pick out a couple that seem to be the most popular ones that I can see coming up. One question, let me have a look. Okay, this one seems like it's popping up a lot. Can Baptcare help with this process? Well, definitely. We can help you make either a 3-way call or we can have someone local coming to the home who can assist you with a face-to-face, no obligation home visit. Just give us a call on the 13 22 78 number and we can arrange those free, no obligation home visits or assistance with whatever you need. Let's have a look, some more questions that seems to be quite common coming up. Let's have a look. Do we have local offices? That's a good question. So over the years, we had offices scattered all over Victoria, but what we have done recently is we have particularly closed a lot of the offices down. We realised that our staff, our personal care workers or care consultants and care managers don't necessarily need to go back to an office. So our staff will be local, so they'll be local to where you live, but we don't need to go back to an office. All right, so that was a good question. Let's have a look. What other questions have we got? Okay, so what age do you have to be to receive a home care package? Okay, so that's an excellent question. You must be over 65, but there is some exceptions to the rule. All right, and of course we can assist with that if need be. Let's have a look. Is there some other question that seems to be popping up? Oh, yep. If you're offered a home care package, do you have to take it? That's a very good question. You may get offered an interim package. So say for argument's sake, you were offered a level 2, but the wait time is 18 months. They may offer you a level 1 in the interim so that you can get some services started in the home. All right. If you find that you've got a high income test fee or you might be getting more services than a level 1 can provide, then of course you're not going to take the level 1, you'll wait for a level 2. This doesn't mean that you'll lose your queue waiting for your level 2, okay? And if you change your mind and you decide that you want to put the package back into place and you want to have a provider coming in, just give My Aged Care a call and they can reinstate the package. You won't go on that hefty wait list that you started off with, but it could be anywhere. I've had someone wait 3 days to a month, maybe even 6 weeks. All right. Let me have a look. Is there some further questions? Yep. Does the funding, package funding expire? Very good question there. No, the funding will never expire. It accumulates year after year. But of course, we do recommend you spend the funding. I think the hardest part with a home care package is spending the funding opposed to saving the funding. So our care managers would definitely help you with spending the funding and making sure it's spent correctly. And I always say, today's the rainy day, so use it. What else is there? Looks like that one seems to come up a bit. If I go into respite, will I lose my package? Good question. No, you won't lose your package. However, if you are in respite or hospital for more than 28 days, your package funds will reduce by reduced it around 25% of the funding. But you won't lose your package. Okay, so very good question. What else is there? Does Baptcare have locked-in contracts? Nope. So when you sign with Baptcare as a provider, it's an agreement, but definitely not like a mobile phone where you have to stay for 2 years or locked you in for any period of time. So, okay. Well, this looks like I've answered most of the main questions. Hopefully this has helped you with the questions you had regarding home care packages. And like I said, if need be, book an online or no obligation home consultation with a Baptcare representative. Please call our Customer Inquiry Centre on 13 22 78. Now this webinar was recorded and you can review it at your own leisure. We'll send out the link to everyone who's attended. Thank you very much everyone for joining me today, and I hope our expert team have answered all your questions.